It's so cold in here. I'm really, really sorry. Usually we're not like in a scary dark room with the air conditioning up on 1,000. Yeah, I know it's freezing. But thank you guys for coming. How are you feeling?
How are you feeling? How are you?
You ready?
How are you?
I'm good. You guys seem so cold or something.
Yeah.
We need blankets. Let's get blankets.
I got my jacket.
There's blankets. There's 6. Not enough for everyone. Okay, yeah. I mean, I have a feeling you guys aren't going to be yelling over each other. So just ask me whatever you like, and I'm here. I'm yours. No one has a question? Hey, what's your question? From tour memorable moment. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I just had every show. This has been the most consistent tour. Like every show feels so fun. I remember on last tour I had a lot of shows where I was like stressed or overwhelmed, and then this time I've just been having so much fun and not stressing about it at all. But yeah. What's your question, huh? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think I obviously want to be Freddie Mercury. What's your question?
One, I love you.
I love you more.
What do you miss most about Canada?
Canada? I miss my family. That's about it, though, because the cold I can deal with. Not that Scotland's any warmer. What's your question?
What's one song that you'll never get tired of?
I don't think I'll ever get tired of playing Ruin. I love Ruin. And you, huh? Yeah. If I could retire tomorrow, I don't want to retire tomorrow. And if I retired tomorrow, I'd be so bored, and I would hate it. What's your question?
And have you had like any emotional struggles like over the past all your career? And if you have, how have you got over them?
Emotional struggles. I've had so many emotional struggles over my career. How I got over them? A lot of really amazing family members and friends and music, and that's just, life is about getting over those things and becoming better than them. But yeah, I've been really happy this tour though. It's been really good. What's your question, Anne?
What's your favorite song that you sing tonight?
Maybe Why off the album, yeah. What's your question?
What is something you try really hard to like but you just don't?
Tomatoes. I hate them. I really hate them with all of my heart. I would remove them from every sandwich because they're the worst. Your question, Anne?
If you're getting pasta, if you get spaghetti or penne.
Both. I just get 2 pastas. I order every pasta on the menu, and I get them all.
What's your goal for the end of this year?
My goal for the end of the year?
Yeah.
I want to release some music, and then I just want to start writing another album, and then do that again. What's your question? In the back? The rows? It's an impossible question to ask me because my favorite song of mine changes a lot, but I love There's Nothing Holding Me Back. I think it's great. And In My Blood, I think it's amazing too. Love you too, hon. What's your question? She's like, if I could forget something to be able to relive it, what would it be? It would be, I would forget all the Harry Potter movies and rewatch them.
Oh my God, dude.
What's your question? With the most amazing glasses I've ever seen? Hi, sorry, friend on FaceTime. Can you shut up? I'm totally kidding. That was so mean, and I was absolutely kidding. But can you just turn it down a little, just because she's interrupting people? What did you ask me? Oh no. What do you want me to say? You're getting bad wit. Bad wit. Mad wigget. I have no idea what you guys are saying. Mad wit. Mad wit. It's weird. What's your question? I would love to do something with Miley. I think she's incredible. Yeah. What's your question? A what? I can't hear you. A BTS bites. Bias. What does that mean? Of BTS. I don't. And I would never. I don't think I could choose a favorite. What is your question?
And what inspires you the most when you're writing all your songs and stuff?
Everything. everything. I mean, whatever, like relationships I'm in and people I'm around and you guys and being in a different country every day. It's all things that I write about. What's your question?
Do you like the rose or the moon better above the stage?
Do I like the rose or the moon better above the B stage? I don't know, actually. I think about this a lot. The moon was really beautiful because we could project things on it, but I think the rose is cooler. It looks prettier in
I love
the
the color
arena.
switch.
You what?
The color
The
switch.
color switch. Thank you. What's your question?
Me.
Yeah.
Does it ever like overwhelm you having so many people looking up to you all the time?
Does it ever overwhelm me having certain people come up to me? Most of the time, no, but sometimes, yes.
Mm.
But I'm pretty tall, so I can look over you guys' heads. I don't get too stressed. What's your question? Yeah.
Have you ever tried
Iron brew.
Yeah.
Iron brew. Is that a mystical drink? I've never heard of that. It's a Scottish beer or something?
No.
It's just iron brew. What is it? Is it coffee? What does it taste like?
Very sweet.
It tastes like metal. I'm feeling like iron. What's your? I haven't. No, I have not, and I probably won't. What's your question in the back? Yeah. I have stage fright often, and the only way to get over it is to just do it, literally. And then all of a sudden, you're 2 songs in, and you're like, "Wow, why am I afraid? Everyone here is having fun, and I'm having fun, and this is the best thing ever." And then fear goes away. What's your question? My best memory from before I was famous. I don't know if it has anything to do with being famous or not. I think it's just my best memory from when I was young. I don't know at all. I have the worst memory, just so we're clear, guys. Like literally can't remember what I ate for dinner yesterday. But I don't know. Christmas when I was a kid. What was your? It's hard to remember things when you're younger. What's your question in the back? Sorry? Wow, that's a very tough question. She said, if I could only be remembered for one song, what would I choose? I think I would choose Youth or In My Blood. Yeah. In the Yellow Jacket. Sorry. I love going to Portugal just because I'm Portuguese, they are insanely loud. They're so loud that you can't breathe. What's your question?
Me?
Yeah.
What's your skincare routine?
My skincare routine. I use this oil called Kypris. It's like Kypris moisture thing. That's it.
I'm gonna write that down on my
Okay.
phone, actually.
What's your question? I've fallen a lot on stage, and really bad one time in Quebec, like right on my ass, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I jumped off. I just jumped off the stage, thinking that I was going to catch myself, not forgetting that there was like this much. This is horrible, but it's fine. I was okay until the next day. What's your question? I want to know how to play the drums better, because then I'm gonna play some drums on stage for you guys. What's your question?
What's something you wish people would understand?
I wish people would understand.
Yeah, about anything.
I wish people, I wish people would understand that you cannot please everyone, and that, what else do I wish people would understand? I don't know. I think that that you cannot please everyone. It's just simply impossible, and to pay attention to the people who love you and not to the ones who don't. Yeah. What's your question? The song that took the longest to make was Falling All In You, actually. It took a really long time, even though half of it was already wrote by Ed Sheeran, and that was pretty easy. What's your question? If I didn't say the Maple Leafs, I'd get in really big trouble at home, okay? So, the Maple Leafs. What's your question?
If you could actually dedicate a song to a fan tonight, which one would you pick and why?
I would choose Never Be Alone. Yeah. Your question?
How do you get excited before going on
You guys are
stage?
so quiet. Everyone's like whispering at me. What was it?
How do you get excited before going on stage?
You mean, how do I get excited before going onto a stage in front of 15,000 people who are about to scream every word of my songs? How do you think I get excited? I don't have to do anything. It's the best thing in the world. But sometimes I just jump around like an idiot, to be honest with you. I'm trying to learn how to do the rock jump kick where you run and then you do that in the air and then you land.
Not those how to
I
do
can't
that.
do it. I keep almost breaking my hamstring every time I try to do it. In the Yellow Jacket. Overthinking before shows. The first few shows, and then it's in the hands of the music gods. What's your question? Yeah. We'll see. I have no idea. What's your question? How do I choose my set list? I basically go on Twitter and I look at what you guys want me to put on it. Except for Perfectly Wrong, which I know you guys are pissed about, but I'm sorry. I'm going to put it on one day. What's your question? That's a very hard question, and I wish I could answer that right now, but can you allow me to think about that a little bit more? Thank you. What's your question? Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about Scotland?
Everyone is. I actually think you guys are the kindest people. Every person holds a door open for people here. I don't know what that is, and I just like listening to you speak. And if I could, I would just listen to a Scottish person speak every night to make me go to bed. What's your question?
What are your favorite songs?
I love the Khalid's new album. I think it's so. He has a song on it called "Right Back," which I think is just so amazing. What's your question? My new tattoos. I don't have any new ones, but I mean my newest tattoo. Yeah, what is my newest tattoo? I have a little meditating stick man on my arm that Brian and I got together, so that when we realize we need to chill out, we look at our arm. This.
How would you like to spend your days off on tour?
My days off, I go and walk around the city, and basically, and take a lot of selfies.
Yeah.
Not like in my bedroom by myself. I mean, you guys. What's your question? I love to. I don't know, man. Everywhere is different. It's impossible to say a favorite because everywhere has like a different vibe. And yeah, I don't know. What's your question? Yeah.
So I'm going to Toronto for the first time in September.
Cool to see. Yeah.
What would be like your one thing you would recommend to see or do? Or
In Toronto, I'd say go to the Shawn Mendes concert. Okay, no, I'm kidding. I honestly, I'd just say walk around King Street. It's beautiful. Anywhere around there. Yeah. What's your question?
What's one thing that you always have to have on tour with you?
One thing that I always have to have on tour with me is, what is it? I mean, a lot of things. But a lot of things. What do I have? My guitar, toothpaste. What's your question? Yeah. Love you too. Love you. I can't hear you. Have I been writing new music? You'll find out very soon. What's your question? Yeah. It'd be sad. What's your question? Yeah.
What's your favorite music video you've ever done?
My favorite music video was "Holding Me Back." When running around like all these beautiful countries, and it was really, really fun. Yeah. What's your question?
What fragrance are you wearing?
What fragrance? Gucci, made to measure. Yeah. Thank you. What's your question?
So yesterday I gave Andrew a bit to write more music.
Okay, cool.
So
Andrew, my manager?
Yeah.
Okay. So
just
he
wondered
has
if
it.
you got it, yeah, and if you've got any advice for an
Aspiring songwriter.
Yeah.
And singer-songwriter. I would say that sometimes you have to write 1,000 bad songs to get one good one. Don't forget that, because I think no matter every of your biggest idols, every single one of them write 1,000 bad ones before they find one good one. You know, just stick to it. Don't get scared of writing songs, because it's hard. It literally is just hard. What's your question in the back? Singers? I look up to every singer for different reasons, but Ed Sheeran is like my favorite because I think he just completely pours everything he has into the stage, and sometimes he does it so much that you think like he's gonna lose his voice, and I think about that often on stage. I'll be singing and then my voice will start to be going, but then I just go, screw it, it's fun. Like to give everything on stage feels good. So yeah, I look up to him for that. What's your question?
If you could only listen to one album forever, like what would it be?
I hope you guys sing a lot louder than you talk. One album, Continuum by John Mayer. Yeah.
You guys, we have time for 3 more questions.
All right, here we go. What's your question?
First of all, I love you.
I love you too.
Second of all, what's your favourite food that you've had in most often?
My favorite food that I had is definitely not haggis. I'll tell you that. I will not. I am not going to even try haggis because it's really scary. Yeah. Yeah. Why? You know what it is?
I mean, I've never tried it.
There you go. Well, what do you mean why? But I haven't had. I don't know what's Scottish food. I had eggs this morning. Is there something different about Scottish eggs that I don't know? No.
I don't know.
No, you don't know. What's your question? Yeah.
And if you weren't famous for one day, what would you want?
Nothing would change. I would do exactly what I do every day because being famous does not stop me from doing things I want to do. So love you too. What's your question? You want to go? What's your question? My favorite artist I've seen live is wow. Who is my favorite artist I've seen live? I don't know. You know, I've never actually even got to see Ed Sheeran live, but I imagine he'd be my favorite. But I love Kings of Leon. They're incredible.
That rose suits you.
My what? Oh, the rose. Thank you. What's your question?
Why did you add because I had you a little too much to the set
Why did I add
after
it?
you started doing it?
Why did I add a little too much in because I had you to set? That's just because I missed those songs and I really want them
They're
in there.
perfect.
I love you guys. Have fun tonight, okay?
Love you,
Enjoy.
Shawn. Come to as well, Shawn.